My cat didn't attack me. My roommate's cat attacked me.
I'm never going to follow your rules, dude.
That's right.
Never going to conform.
My cat.
Your
My
theory,
cat's good.
Your theory would make sense if my cat was the one who attacked me, but it was not.
Yours is the younger, hers is the younger.
Mine is the older. My cat is 10.
Right. Hers
My
is
cat
like
is
a
the
kitten.
One,
Right.
It's 1. So your theory would make sense if my cat was the problem, but it's not.
Yeah, your cat doesn't want to share. So
Share what?
Well,
My cat
the cat
literally
didn't do
nothing
anything.
wrong today. My cat didn't do anything.
for the same reason you don't drive a 1986 car, get rid of the old cat, get you a new one. They'll get along great.
Eric's answer is get a new cat. Punt your cat and then get a new one.
My best friend of 10 years.
Right. The only connection to her life she's got in New York. And, all right. Well, we'll put that in the advice column in the suggestion box here at iHeart Cleveland. Thank you, Eric.
Hey, your cat that's causing literally no problems, get rid of it.
I do have a question for you.
Well,
though.
I got a lot of texts in the break, and the consensus is along the lines of maybe you're still forcing it. Put some of your roommates' cat's food near your cat, and they'll start to use each other's litter boxes, conceivably.
Everything I have read online says that is absolutely the worst thing you can do.
Oh, okay.
That you are not supposed to have. They should have separate food and separate litter boxes no matter what.
Okay.
That's forcing it because then they don't feel like they have their own scent or their own area or their own food or whatever. Plus, my cat is on a very expensive prescription diet, so I'm not going to mess with that.
If your cat was growling or the little one was?
My cat will growl and hiss at the other cat. My cat Duchess will
Maybe
growl
the other
and hiss
cat
at
thought.
Chloe.
Maybe the other cat thought Mary was hurting her cat. Hurting, not hurting. Hurting her cat.
My cat didn't. I mean, she wasn't making any noises. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't doing anything.
Well, listen, as a longtime cat owner, I'll assume that you, obviously you're going to know way more than I am, but I mean, I assume that people texting me are cat owners as well, but yeah, okay.
I'm just tired of her cat being in my room and messing stuff up and trying to use the litter box and trying to eat Duchess's food. And
you don't shut the door?
well, here's the other part, too. The heater is in my room. So if my room is closed 24/7, my room is 80 degrees. And then the rest of the house is cold. So I can't leave my door open and then have her cat have free range in my room because she'll use the litter box and eat my cat's food and mess stuff up.
Gotcha.
But if I try to bring my cat into the living room so that I can leave my door open, I get attacked.
Are you concluding at all that the two of you each having a cat was a bad idea, or it is what it is? You'll just have to ride it out?
It's not like one of us was going to get rid of him.
Well, if you listen to Eric and he sounds like a guy who knows what he's talking about, just throw your cat away and get a new one.
No, my cat has not attacked anything yet.
Sounds like it's time for the Rainbow Bridge.
If anything, the little cat needs to be thrown in the trash.
You got to have one more litter box than you have cats, somebody says.
Listen, dude, we can't even get them in the same room together. I mean, same room in that Duchess is under the bed and Chloe is not, sure. But I feel like a shared litter box is a little while away.
Well, no, but the point, that's what, when I lived with my ex-wife, we had two cats.
Yeah, you had cats.
And you have to have 3 litter boxes.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying?
Because cats are so whatever. You got to over-accommodate them.
My cat, they're never in the same space together. So
Yeah,
the chances of them using that third litter box is very,
Just
very
put
small.
it in the hallway.
You know how
halfway in between.
You know how easy dogs are? We don't even have a litter box.
That's pretty nice. I didn't think about that.
Now let me ask you this.
Ready.
There are going to have to be people out there who really want to see scraped up feet.
I hope so.
Have you put them up?
I put.
Are they
well,
up for purchase?
On my story, I posted the video of the cat. I have 3 big scratches across
Give it away
my
for
right
free,
foot.
homie.
But listen, I did have 2 guys be like, cute toes, though. So, like, I don't think they care. I don't think foot guys care if there's scratches on them.
No, not that they care, but that there might be other people who specifically
Who
like.
prefer that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Okay. Not that your normal garden variety foot pick dudes would care,
Right.
but that there might be some people, to them it would be considered a premium.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hmm.
I just want them to get along.
Alan, what about in addition to expensive prescription food, Mary and her roommate get couples therapy and individual therapy for each cat?
Cats can't talk.
Does that
But
mean they can't feel?
They can communicate with each other.
So I don't think I'm at the hire a cat therapist level yet.
Can you hire the guy with the bad sideburns and the guitar case that's full of cat toys to come in and get your cats to be friends?
I don't know who that is, but I'll try.
He was on Animal Planet or something. He had a big, thick pair of glasses. He's like the rock and roll cat psychiatrist or something. I don't know, some dumb thing like that.
What about a third cat?
And
See,
a fourth.
we thought about that.
Yeah.
We thought about maybe we get a mediator cat, a licensed.
It's
maybe
pronounced
that's
meat
what it is.
eater, Mary.
A licensed
They all should be.
counselor cat
A counselor cat. Yep.
to come in and smooth things over. But then what if that cat picks sides?
You can't have that.
See, that's what I mean, though.
Yep. They need to be non-judgmental. They need to be objective.
Bipartisan.
Yes, they need to, yeah, they can't have feelings one way or the other. They have to remain impartial.
Broward Sheriff's deputies arrest a man who they say has more pussy than he can handle. I'm Kathleen Corsa with that story coming up on Channel 6 Action News.
That's the downside to ending up with too many cats. Hey, Margaret.
Hi.
Hi.
So, Mary, I want to tell you, I grew up with a cat who...
Oh, good for you.
I knew that. Who every time, so she was like an only cat, but every time she'd see a cat outside, like, say, a neighborhood cat up at the front door or something, she would attack me. So, like it was just anytime she saw another cat around me, she would attack me. And it was just a weird cat thing that they did. And I don't know why they decided to attack a human instead of going after the cat.
Well,
But-
and that's I've had them in the same room, like further apart, where like I'll be up on the bed with my cat, Duchess, and I'll be petting my cat, and Chloe will be on the ground, right? And she's
Yeah.
never, like, she has seen me with my cat before. She's never lunged at me. She's never done anything, like, nothing like that. This was, like, completely the first time, I hope, an isolated incident. But, yeah, I don't understand that either, where it's like, I thought it was like, maybe she thought I was, I don't know. I don't know what she thought.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. Appreciate that.
I wish cats could talk.
Well, I, for one, am glad that they can't. I don't think that I would want my dog talking either. My dog's great, but I wouldn't want my dog to have the power of human speech.
Why? You don't want to know what's going on with her?
Nah.
When she wakes you up 15 times in the middle of the night,
We
she
got
can
a
just
good...
say,
No, she's
"Hey."
been pretty good with that. She's not doing that, really. We kind of understand each other.
Yeah.
And, yeah. No, because, you know, like when dogs bark, all they're saying is, hey, 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 hey. Like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
my dog would just be saying,
hey.
Can we eat? Can we play? Can we eat? I gotta pee. Play.
Uh-huh.
Play.
Play,
Oh,
play.
poop. Play. Play. Sleep.
Sleep, play,
Play.
yeah. Yeah. Did you see they picked the new James Bond? Did you
Yeah.
read about this? You know who this dude is?
ATJ, right?
ATJ. They said that the deal is on his manager's desk, and they are just
Waiting.
getting ready to cross their T's and dot their I's. Aaron Taylor Johnson
I know
is
that
the
dude.
guy. You know who he is, Cody?
Yes, I do.
Now, what do you know him from? Because he's been in a lot of things. Or do you know him because his wife is way older than he is?
Don't know him because I know he had some nudes leak and he has a hog. That's how I
Oh,
know him.
really?
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson
Where
is
do I know him from? He plays a douchebag in something.
He was in Kick-Ass. He was
is in Savages. He
Savages.
was in the Marvel. He was Quicksilver in one of the X-Men
No,
movies, I think.
none of
Or
that.
not
Is it
X-Men,
Winter
was,
Soldier?
no, not Winter Soldier. It was, well, like the cutscene in Winter Soldier, but it was Age of Ultron. He was in that.
There
and
you
then
go.
he's also, I don't think, did they ever release that movie where he
He's Kraven
It's
the
like-
Hunter.
yeah, Kraven the Hunter.
That's coming out this summer.
Okay.
But it's been like done for 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because it's going to be another
So he's
turd.
been in a lot of stuff. He was in Bullet Train, which I thought was
that was a good one.
that was better than people gave it credit for.
I mean, it's just fun. It was.
Yeah, it was, Brad Pitt and
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now he met his wife when he was 18 and she was 42. And they are still married. They got a couple of kids. She's a director. Her name, because they both changed their name to the same thing. His name is Aaron Johnson. and her name was Sam Taylor Wood. So they both changed their surname to Taylor Johnson. And she was directing a movie he was in. He was 18 and she was 42, and they started dating and got married. And they're like all in.
True love.
Yeah. So he's 30-something. She's whatever that math is. She's 56 or I don't know. But yeah, he was in a lot. She directed the first 50 Shades of Grey movie. She's the director of that Amy Winehouse biopic that's coming out in a couple of months. So they both do a lot of work, but, you know, these names had been tossed around for a while about who was going to be the new James Bond. A lot of people thought that Idris Elba should be that, but of course he's black, and some people just can't get their heads around a guy who's black playing a fake character who's been white up till now. Some people suggested Tom Hiddleston. I thought he would have been real good. Maybe a bit too wiry. Because back in the day, James Bond was like a kind of a thin dude, right? It was Roger Moore and it was Pierce Brosnan. And then they cast Daniel Craig, who was kind of more like the James Bond of the books, was kind of more of a rough and tumble kick-ass dude. So I think this Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is no stranger to getting all jacked up for movies, will be good. Daniel Craig played James Bond for 15 years. And
Zaddy energy.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a dude who, like,
I don't care.
got in good shape for those movies, too.
Like, there's exception to every rule, because I'm like, I could never date a man over 50, and I'm like, I'd make an exception for him.
Wait, why? I thought you wanted an old guy to, like, marry you and wife you up and take care of
Old to him is like 42.
But, like, in the 40s, I don't know, it was too much of an age gap. Like,
you. You're 30.
It's
31.
20, but I'm saying 20 years is too much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's too much for me.
It is for him.
Like, I would sleep with a man in his 50s, but
I say just leave it until you, like, don't make a rule, because then you got to break the rule when you meet the guy.
I was going to
50,
say,
like,
who
cares?
He says this now because he's not faced with the fact that,
well, then I'll be a hypocrite when.
well, not a
when I meet
hypocrite,
one,
just
but,
people's opinions change.
But, like, that 20 years, that's a big age gap. And by that time, you're going to have this isn't about me.
But will you, well, you started talking about you.
Yeah,
You said I couldn't date somebody
you
over
gave it
50.
the old Poundcake special.
Well, I didn't think it would just
Making
go
about me.
in depth like that. But, like, he is, Daniel Craig is just, he encompasses everything that I want in a man. He's masculine, but still smooth and suave.
Except the age thing.
Yeah. But, I'd make an exception because he checks all my boxes. The only thing that, like, doesn't check is the age thing and the foreskin. But other than that, it's fine.
Well, you don't know the state of his foreskin.
Yeah, he did a nude scene.
In Layer Cake? What movie did you do a nude scene?
I don't remember.
Daniel Craig?
He did. He was in.
He wasn't naked in any of the Bond movies. Not full frontal.
He did full frontal. I think it was the girl with the dragon tattoo or something like that.
Oh, okay. The remake.
Yeah, he was in that.
Okay.
But again, if you go
And
nude,
they
I'm gonna
got
see.
close enough for you to see that he still had a Shar-Pei down there.
I'm judging because he's British, but
So you don't know.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, he's got a hot wife. Age appropriate, I guess. He's married to Rachel Weisz. Yeah, okay. So no Daniel Craig for Poundcake.
No, Daniel Craig for Poundcake.
He's 56.
I said he's the exception to the rule.
All right. You got to give Daniel Craig credit for not getting pigeonholed into the James Bond thing. As long as he played James Bond, he's done other movies, and you're like, you don't look at him and go, "That's James Bond. I can't get into this." Right? He was in Lucky. What was the NASCAR movie where he played the hillbilly with Adam Driver?
Oh, I didn't see
The
that one,
Soderbergh
but
movie.
yeah.
I think it was funny. Lucky Larry or something. And then he was in. He does the Knives Out
Knives Out
movies, and
are
he's good in
fun,
those.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
made that a whole character into itself. That's pretty iconic. So that's great.
Logan Lucky was the one with him and Adam Driver and Channing Tatum. That was a funny movie.
I never even heard of that.
It's 2017. Steven Soderbergh.
He plays a comedic role, or is he the straight
Yeah.
man?
No. He's like he does a Southern accent. He's like a
Interesting.
He
Kentucky
loves doing
dude.
a Southern accent.
Yeah.
Isn't he British?
Yeah.
He is.
He did
A
it-
Southern accent's not hard to do.
No,
A
I
lot
know
of
that,
British
but-
And he
actors
does
do
like
it.
the Southern draw in Knives Out too.
Yeah, there's like a Cajun New Orleans thing there.
Benoit Blanc.
Benoit
got a
Blanc.
Cajun thing going.
Logan Lucky was a very fun movie. And it's a little something for everybody. It's got Adam Driver, who I think looks like a friggin' who knows what, but people
I don't
think he's
think
hot.
he's cute at all.
He looks like a Tim Burton creation came to life.
Yes.
He does have no, but his face is too big. Tim Burton's are all skeletal looking. I feel like his face is puffy.
Well, that's what happened when he came to life.
Oh, he filled out his cheekbones.
But Katie Holmes is in it, and Seth MacFarlane's in it, and yeah, it's an entertaining movie. So anyway, Aaron Taylor Johnston, they say, will be the new James Bond, and it's just a matter of making it official. But yeah, he's in that Craven movie, which you comic book nerds we know is one of Spider-Man's primary antagonists. Although they acted like the Craven movie, they were kind of trying to keep the whole Spider-Man thing at arm's length, like they were trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do with because there's the MCU and then there's this Sony spin-off universe with what's his face, Venom and Craven and Morbius and Madam Web, and all those movies are just. I mean, the first Venom was okay. The second one was blech.
But they're starting to combine all of them now. I
Right,
mean, like,
but they try to fold those in a little bit just to get people going. But that's with all the multiverse stuff that has everybody tired of the MCU because like, no, this means anything anymore.
Right, who cares? Well, they are putting all 8 Spider-Man movies back in the theaters next month. So you can go all the way from Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield. What's that?
Back to Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
He's in the last one.
To Tom Holland. They're going to be dropping all 8 Spider-Man movies in AMC theaters starting April 15th through the 3rd of June. They'll do one of them a week. I think the only one of those I've ever seen in the theaters was Spider-Man 2. I just don't go to the theater to see this. And I love Spider-Man, but I'm like, I'll watch it on TV.
I think the only 2 I've seen are the first. Is the second one the one with Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then those are the only 2 I've seen. Wait, who's the bad guy? And the third one is when he puts on that.
That's with like the
Black
lizard
suit,
and the Sandman, I think,
Okay,
right?
I haven't seen
No,
the third one then.
the third one's with Venom, but it's the Topher Grace Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Topher Grace is the first 2.
No.
No.
Topher Grace is in the third one.
Is Topher Grace Spider-Man in the third one?
No. He's the bad guy. He's
Venom.
like the original
okay,
Venom.
I've definitely only seen the first 2 then.
Yeah. First 3 is Tobey Maguire, middle 2 are Andrew Garfield, I think, and the last 3 were Tom Holland.
Yeah. And then who's the guy that he was in Freaks and Geeks? That's who you're probably thinking
Seth
of.
Rogen.
No, but
Judd Apatow?
you guys are so close. He got canceled lately.
Paul Rudd.
Canceled? Oh,
I
not T.J. Miller. He
No.
wasn't
He
in
wasn't in
Freaks
Freaks
and
and
Geeks.
I just met him.
Franco,
the night at the
James
stand.
Franco.
James Franco
was the
that's
Green
one.
Goblin.
Yeah, he was in all the
James Franco was his
James-
best friend.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in all
Yeah.
the Spider-Man movies, but then becomes a bad guy in the last one.
Oh no! Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah? Spoiler alert.
alert
Oh,
for
I'm
the
sorry.
15-year-old movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, anyway, they're going to... And a nerd alert, because they're putting them all back in the theaters. So a nerd alert and a spoiler alert. It's to double down. I got a break. Want to go to Sonic Temple? They are now doing 4 nights, 16th through the 19th of May, down in Columbus. Any heavy metal and hard rock band you can conceive of is going to be there, and I will have those weekend passes for you after the break.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.